The more resourceful you are with helping other people in reality, the more the universe will go about giving you the resources to make that happen. Welcome back to another video. My name is Aaron and I help people expand their consciousness. Now in this video, I'm gonna be showing you how to have the universe manifest for you. I'm gonna be sharing some content that I haven't really talked about before. And now that I look back at my own life, this is what I've used to create the kind of success that I have on YouTube. I subconsciously kind of knew this. And it's something I actually heard recently when I was at a Date with Destiny. It's called Date with Destiny. It's the event that Tony Robbins does, like the one that was in the show or the YouTube documentary or the Netflix documentary, I'm Not Your Guru. And it was a 6-day long transformational type event. And there was a couple things he said in there and it really resonated with me. What he said is the more, this is gonna be like paraphrasing, but what he said is when you are trying to help yourself, there's a certain level of energy that's there. When you are intending to help you or your family, there's more energy that's given to you because you're then creating more than just the ego, you're also helping your family. And if you've noticed this as well, there's a lot of people that may not have their stuff together, but then maybe they have a child on the way and all of a sudden they have a stronger why. And when they have a stronger why, it's like then they're given more resources in a way because the energy underneath what they're doing has changed. There's been a shift in why they're doing what they're doing. It's not just to make the ego better, it's to also make some, a being that's on the way better or the person they're with better as well. Then let's take that a step further. There's a certain energy that's given when you're going and intending to help your family, add value to your family. Then let's go over to your community. Say you want to do something that helps your community, that creates win-win scenarios. There's going to be even more energy, even more resources that come your way. Let's bring it a step further. When you have the intention to maybe help your whole society, your culture, maybe help more at a global level, well, once again, then there's even more resources given to you. So in a way, the universe, here's the new, especially the new part of this video that I really want to talk about today. It has to do with understanding that you are connected to your environment, and the more value that you can add to your environment, the more those resources then come to you so that you can then use it in a more pure, in a more divine way. Now, I've used this in my life to grow my YouTube channel. I knew that the more value I could add in my YouTube videos, the more people would see a reason to subscribe, to stick around and to consume the content, and therefore it would be a win-win because then there's the growth and then people's lives are also changing from the content. I had that intention going in, and if you go back all the way to when my channel started growing, there was just such there was so much intention put into each video of just simply adding value. And not to say I'm perfect or anything, however, I have always had the intention of adding value. And I believe that you can feel that authenticity. You can feel it if you consume my content, then most likely you could feel that authenticity. It's for me to share these ideas, for me to help people. And I think that that really has been the key for me. The more I look back, is the more of the intention of adding value I've had, the more the growth has come anyway. And in a way, there's another part of this as well. I believe that if the ego gets too involved and the ego gets too self-gratified from it, that sometimes the universe will come in there and smack it on the hand. So it's like, I bring through this information by getting into a flow state. It's not really me. It's as I get into a state and the information flows through. And it's like the more I'm able to use the information and not identify with it, going like, oh my goodness, that's Aaron Doughty, who speaks in third person, who makes YouTube videos. As long as I'm able to say, no, yes, I get into the flow state and I make these videos with the intention of adding value, it just flows through. And I believe because I have that more pure intention, not to say I'm some saint or I'm perfect or anything, but because I recognize that it's not just me, it's allowing this to flow through, it happens even easier. So that's something I think that also needs to be aware of. It's like this intention to add value to other people, the universe to manifest, not even for you, let's even rephrase this. This just came to me. Instead of the universe manifesting for you, what if the universe manifests through you? Think about that. I believe we're all divine beings having this temporary dream that we're in this 3D physical reality, and that part of the purpose of this is for us to wake up to more of who we are. But the more that we are doing our passion, for sure, you know, this is my passion making these videos. I feel it right now. I feel a flow state coming through. I feel you know, higher vibrational energy that's expressing these ideas. And I believe it's not even about having the universe manifest for you, it's having the universe manifest through you. So this is you know, I'll probably make more videos on this because that just came to me in the flow state. But that just kind of proves that when you get the ego out of the way, the information just flows through. Things like that just happen. Now, the way I want to relate this is to a guy named Thomas Campbell. Now, Thomas Campbell is a physicist who talks a lot about he's a physicist who has his research based in physics and science. And what he talks a lot about is the philosophy / the science of us living in this virtual reality. And he says we do live in a virtual reality. And I believe this as well. We live in a virtual reality, a simulation that was created for us to experience ourselves in a 3D physical type way. And what he talks about is that one of the main purposes of this virtual reality we live in is to experience and to learn. In a way, Earth is a learning ground where we learn about more of who we are. And one of the things we do is we forget who we are. We forget that we are eternal spiritual beings living temporary human experiences. And there's a purpose for this. It's so that we can actually have a genuine experience. And I believe it's so that we can actually remember who we are. Literally remember, like reconnect to who we really are. And understand we are eternal spiritual beings. I believe that this reality, I think it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I'm so excited to be alive at this time right now. And I believe that this, however, is one of the more difficult places to be because of the level of forgetfulness that there is. We literally forget completely who we are. Now, it's in a way like a school ground as well, because there's certain lessons we may learn. We may learn more about how to deal with different emotions, how to deal with rejections, fear, anger, you know, and a lot of us, to get to a spiritual awakening, go through a lot of those lower vibrational emotions. And even in life in general, once you have a spiritual awakening, you still go through the waves of these different emotions. But that's part of life. Part of life is to go through that and to learn and to you know, learn how to observe, maybe learn how to transcend some of the lower vibrations or how not to stay there so often. So in general, one of the purposes, though, he says, of reality and what the universe wants to do is lower entropy. Lower entropy. Now, entropy, think of it like chaos. Entropy is chaos. Entropy is like disunity, if that's a word, like ununity. So the purpose of the universe is to lower entropy, which in a way means to increase oneness, is the way that I look at it. Now, because of that, because the purpose of the universe is to lower entropy, to lower the chaos, and to increase that oneness, anything you do to lower the entropy for yourself, which may mean doing your own inner work, may mean you becoming aware of your emotions and observing your thoughts, maybe you creating peace between you and other people that you used to have negative perspectives about, that's going to help. Now, here's the thing. If you can do it at another level and you can help other people become more aware of who they are, in a way, realize that this virtual reality we live in, everything we experience, like think of the movie The Matrix, right? He says, Neo, what do you think those sense perceptions are? They're just like vibrational interpretations. That's my interpretation of what he said, but that's the idea, is like everything we experience is vibrational interpretation. And even in reality, think of it, that is, you know, there are impulses, vibrational impulses we get of how we experience our reality. This is a school that we live in. We live in a school of reality, and the lesson is love. The lesson is to learn to love, even when it's hard, even when it's difficult. And love, if you look at that scale of consciousness that I always share, you'll see shame, fear, guilt, anger, reasoning, then love. Love is our natural set point. It's who we really are as a soul, is love and above. We are love and above. Everything less than that is like kindergarten, first, second, third, fourth, fifth grade. And as we start to learn more and more love, we start to get more to the core of who we are. And if we can get to a place to where we add value to other people, and part of that value lowers entropy, if I help people, tell them to find their purpose and show them tools as to find their purpose, that's going to lower entropy. If I make videos that show people how to raise their vibrational state of consciousness, or how to raise their vibration from things that I've learned through my own experience, or through helping other people, or through books and content, that will lower their entropy. And then what the universe does is the system itself, looks and says, oh, he is doing this, he is remaining with that positive intention, let's give him more resources. Now that he was doing it, like, here's the thing too, I was doing this just in the online way, right? I'm getting ready to move from doing this just online to do this in person. I believe the universe will support me as long as I have that intention of adding value. So this is about knowing that the more you can get into a place of lowering entropy or increasing oneness, increasing your vibration for yourself and for others, the more resourceful, the more the universe will then allow you, and not allow you, but the more the universe will give you resources to make that happen. It's funny, right now I'm looking at houses because I'm in Vegas right now. I'll show you. I'm in this, like the Palms right now, which actually doesn't make, because you see the Palms right there. I'm at Palms Place. It's this like condo area. I'm staying at a hotel for the next 2 weeks because I just got back into Vegas. And one thing I've been doing is I've been looking at houses the last 2 days, and I'm getting ready to get into a new house for the next year. And it reminds me of last year or 2 years ago when I got into, a year and a half ago, when I got into the house I was at before I traveled. And I really, really wanted it, but I was like, wait, I really want it, but I was getting kind of needy about it. So what I did is I detached from it, and I said to myself, let me think of all the good I can do in this house and how it can help other people, because I'm going to be so excited to wake up in the morning to make videos. And I had this mentality like that. And I focused on, like, almost in a way, it's gonna sound weird, I focused on the house wanting me to live there because of how much I would appreciate it, and the house knowing that I'd be doing like higher consciousness work there and allowing channel, like, a flow state to come through. So by focusing on that, I eventually got the house, even though there were I was like one of 5 people that were competing for that house in a way, that put applications in on that house, and they chose me. And I believe it was because I had that mentality. And in the same way, I'm using that mentality now to be guided, because I saw a couple houses yesterday, a couple I really liked, a couple had a little bit of downfalls, but I'm really trusting this process. I'm trusting to know that the universe will bring me wherever I will be of most service. And you see, it's a different energy, but it's an energy, I believe we're all channelers. We channel higher vibrational energy because we are higher vibrational energy. And the more we're willing to get our ego out of the way and to allow it to flow through, the more that information is going to go out and help people, and the higher vibration you're going to feel as well. So the key to this process is really connecting to who you really are, even connecting to your higher self. I have a powerful meditation that will help you to connect to your higher self. And I was at this place, Rhythmia in Costa Rica, and we had like, there were 60 subscribers there, where we were there for a whole week at a life transformation spa. And one of the people there, her name was Nikki. She was really cool. She's like, hey Aaron, I want you to know that the higher self meditation I did, it was so powerful. I met my higher self, and she was total, so cool. I was like, oh, that's awesome. So I thought what I do in this video is I'll link that below. Read the comments to see what's possible, and release it for 21 days. Watch how your life changes and how to have these insights as well. Your higher self will tell you what this could be for you. So that's the key to this process. The key is understanding that the universe will manifest for you, give you more resources when you are in a way more resourceful, and when you begin to lower entropy for yourself and others, which means increase the oneness, do the inner work for yourself, add value to others, and watch how your life begins to change. So with that being said, hope you enjoyed this video. Peace, much love, and namaste.